My father was a butcher, a beef and pork butcher. This was in South Yorkshire, where there weren't many sheep. We did sell lamb and mutton, but it was mainly from New Zealand. I grew up in the 1960s. We hadn't heard of the swing 60s in Barnsley. Cole was king, not Elvis. My parents had a butcher's shop in a mining village. The shop was an integral part of the house. In the yard, round the back, we had a coal house, an outside toilet, a stable that the horses had long since gone, and a factory. It was really a room where we made pies and sausages, polony, penny ducks, and potted meat. We also had a slaughterhouse. Now, this was before anyone had heard of health and safety. Nobody went to school in a car. We drank dandelion and burdock and Tizer. And on Mondays, the local boys and the odd girl came into the yard after school because Monday was killing day. My father used a gun to shoot the pigs. Blood was collected to make black pudding. The carcass was divided into two sides, and all the bits in the middle found their way into various products. Kidneys and liver were sold for cooking. Intestines were used for sausage skins. Lungs, or lights as we call them, were pretty nasty things. They were given away as dog food. Fat was rendered to produce lard and scraps, tasty fried pork skin. The Bible for butchers was Tom Finney's Handy Guide for Pork Butchers. Not Tom Finney of Preston North End, but of Union Street, Rochdale. I have it still. The chapter on pig's feet begins, Pig's feet can, by proper handling, be converted into a very palatable diet. Nothing was wasted. Meat was scraped off bones, but it was impossible to get it all off, so the bones were roasted and boiled, and the scraps used to make potted meat. Potted meat was set in enamel tins. It was a treat. At Christmas, our school party tea was potted meat sandwiches, jelly and cake, and we loved it. In those days, nothing was thrown away. Coal miners had big appetites. There was no money to spare. Penny ducks, potted meat and dripping were cheap and tasty. They were used to make ends meet. A joint was a luxury, only on a Sunday. Those days seem far off now. Another age, but they taught me three things. Firstly, waste not, want not. Times may have been hard, but we were well off compared with many people. My parents worked every hour that God sent, every day of the year. On Christmas Day, my father cooked poultry for the village in our big oven. At dinner time, which was midday of course, a stream of people came to the door to collect their bird and a jug of gravy. I didn't go to church then, but I was aware of the 10 Commandments. The 5th says, honour thy father and thy mother. It's one of the positive ones, not one of those thou shalt not ones. So my second lesson was to appreciate how hard my parents worked for the family. Finally, I vowed never to become a butcher, but I did like potted meat. It brings back memories of Christmas parties, but more importantly, it makes me thankful that we are not hungry, unlike many people in the world. We have so many reasons to be thankful.